What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Plate, the best PlayStation podcast around. Yeah, we're only 3 episodes in, but we're still the best. I would categorize that just because of how passionate we are. And if you're new to this, then you should definitely follow, subscribe, comment for all sorts of PlayStation gaming, all those sorts of stuff. Because in this podcast, we go beyond the headlines. We dive into everything PlayStation from like a very geeky and fanboy level, but also like we don't mind like talking crap about PlayStation if we have to. But of course, my name is Zach. I'm one of your hosts.
I'm Keenan, CBK, you guys may know me as well, and pretty much what Zach said. I mean, on top of that, you guys need to rate and review the podcast as well, because that kind of just helps us get out there too. So, yeah, I'm super pumped about like the support we've received so far on the episodes that we've done, and I'm just always so excited I look forward to this more than anything that I do with content creation. Like, I look forward to this every 2 weeks when we do it, so it's been fun.
Yeah, same man. Like it's kind of just one of those things that is chill, it's laid back, it's fun to just talk games and all sorts of things like that. But of course, on today's episode, we're going to be diving into PlayStation games as always, but this time we're talking about how they deserve their own movie, which ones deserve their own movies or shows, and we're going to be covering some of the PlayStation news and also starting an icebreaker. But before we get to that, let's throw our intro, man. We finally have a state of play that is coming out very soon, and this actually got announced after we'd already filmed the podcast. So what me and Keenan decided to do for time is he's going to give his top 3 predictions, and I'm about to give you guys my top 3 because this is something genuinely important to talk about. And I have 2 obvious ones that I think may happen just because of some of the rumors circulating, but specifically I have a Hail Mary as well that I'm very excited to talk about. So definitely make sure to follow if we haven't already reminded you in the podcast at this point in time, and also make sure to go follow me and Keenan. We do plan on covering the state of play when it does happen. We're still trying to kind of come together, so definitely subscribe over on the YouTube channel and on all of our socials to be updated with those. With that said, let's get into some of these predictions, at least from my point of view, and then I'll throw you over to Keenan before we get back to the podcast. Now, for me, number 1, and I don't want to say this, but I think the most obvious thing that I'm not even going to mention here is Marvel's Wolverine. It has already been confirmed that we are getting gameplay there, so I'm going to leave that straight out there. We're just going to leave that right there. It's happening. It's done. I'm not having that in my predictions. So coming in at number 3, I think it's kind of time to shine a light on Intergalactic. I think it's time for Naughty Dog to showcase this game. I think it's probably going to come out early next year, and I would be very surprised and hard-pressed to not get more on this game. We've only had 1 trailer so far. We know what actors are in it. We know Naughty Dog's making it. We know Neil Druckmann is directing it. It's time to showcase that, and I think that is necessarily where that's going to develop there. I'm very excited to see what this game is all about, and specifically the gameplay all involved there. Now, 2, this is my big Hail Mary. This is the one that I would be very shined and surprised about, but I think Naughty Dog is also going to have another game there, and I think it's going to be the next Uncharted. I think it's time. The 10-year anniversary just happened for Uncharted 4, whether this is a remake of one of the Uncharted games or a new adventure in this world. I think it's time to give us the next glimpse of Uncharted. We know that they are making 3 games currently over there. We only know what Intergalactic is. The other ones are all rumored. It seems like this is the time frame to do it. And this would not be a shock for me to be like Naughty Dog being like, actually, we have 1 more thing left to show. And it just shows like a quick tease, a quick glimpse, kind of what they just did for the God of War collection after they had showcased like, hey, we're doing this, but also we're remastering those 3 other games. So that's there. And speaking of God of War, my number 3 is I think we're finally going to see the Faye game. This has been long rumored of what is Cory Balrog working on over at Santa Monica, and I think this is what they're going to show because the game's rumored to probably come out early next year as well, so I guess if that comes out, Intergalactic or vice versa, one of those games is coming out first. If they're going to showcase something, it's going to be that game. I think it's time. We're going to get an awesome gameplay trailer, and I can't wait to see what the combat is for this. If all the rumors are true, I think this is going to be one of the more exciting projects that they're all talking about. Now, there's a lot of other things that we can all definitely talk about, so I definitely want to hear your guys' predictions down below in the comment section because that's where we're going to have the most fun. Maybe From Software actually showcases something there. Maybe we do get a Bloodborne remake. Maybe they actually talk about the next generation of PlayStation, the handheld PlayStation, any sorts of things. There's a ton of things that they could do, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
PlayStation State of Play, we are back, and I have some pretty big predictions for this one. First off, this is going to be a huge PlayStation State of Play. Probably the biggest PlayStation event that we've gotten since the 2021 PlayStation Showcase where they revealed Wolverine, Marvel Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake. This one's going to be pretty big, and I think it's a little bit special. So first off, we do know that PlayStation is going to be actually showcasing this event at actual movie theaters. So if you're living near a draft house or as a Alamo draft house, you definitely want to get to one because you can actually watch this in a theater with other PlayStation fans. So jealous of anyone who actually lives near one. But first off, let's go ahead and talk about my bold predictions for this PlayStation State of Play. We already know the big seller of this State of Play is going to be Marvel's Wolverine. It's the only game that they have confirmed for this State of Play. And I think that there is a reason behind this. I think it's to really entice and bring people into this State of Play and really get as many eyes on this one event in particular, because I do think that there are going to be some pretty good surprises during this State of Play. So we do know that Wolverine is coming. My prediction is that we're going to get a pretty big chunk of gameplay. I'm thinking we may get something around 10 minutes or so, just like they did for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I think they had roughly 10 to 13 minutes of gameplay. I also think following up that gameplay, we're going to get some sort of deep dive, maybe from the devs or actors regarding the game, and maybe answer some of the community's biggest asked questions for this game, and maybe reveal a little bit more detail that the trailer isn't necessarily going to reveal. So I'm looking forward to that. I also think that they're going to announce either a console bundle, a DualSense controller, or something like that, along with pre-orders for those items. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting my hands on those. That's something that I think they're going to do at some point during this State of Play for sure. Now, let's get into the unknown. We don't really know what else is going to come. Like, there are some other games out there like Marvel Token that they'll probably showcase or something like that, but I think that we're going to have some pretty big reveals during this State of Play, and it's going to be a heavy-hitting lineup. Yes, there's Wolverine, and that's going to be the big selling point of it, but we're going to get more than that, and I think Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, is going to be a part of this State of Play. That's one of my biggest predictions. Now, they could wait until Summer Game Fest to showcase that game, but I think PlayStation really wants to make a statement here and now, to really get people hyped about the end of the PS5's life cycle. So, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, I would love to see some sort of gameplay or just an additional trailer for that one. I also think that we're going to finally get the rumors that we've heard about this God of War game confirmed. And we're not sure what the God of War game is actually going to be. We don't know if it's going to be a Faye game. We don't know if it's going to be a Greece game that, maybe Kratos is involved in. There has been rumors for both of those. I'm not sure if they find a way to kind of combine those or what it may be, but regardless, we do know that there's going to be something God of War. Now, I do think that there is going to be at least one really big surprise game during this State of Play. And my hope is that there's going to be a Venom reveal. And I think we have a pretty good chance of seeing a Venom game. So those are just my bold predictions on what we're going to see for the State of Play. But no matter what, I'm so hyped, and I know that this one is going to be an epic one that we're going to be talking about for a long time.
I've been in this, man. Fun icebreaker. So I'm going to throw this one out for you. I actually have two. I know you have one, but one of them is more for both of us because we got a little bit of hate on our shorts for this. But Mount Rushmores. We did Mount Rushmores last week, and I don't think people understood that we were just talking about the modern piece of it. Mount Rushmore, historical, PSN, IP. That's what we're talking about today. Historical. Overall, what's yours, man? Like, throw me yours.
Historically, so it can stretch all across, right? Or is it just the old school stuff?
It can be old school stuff, too. All the way PlayStation 1 to now.
Okay, PlayStation 1 to now. Definitely got to throw Parappa the Rapper in there. No, I'm just kidding.
Good.
We're going to do Crash Bandicoot. I just said on our first episode that we recorded that me and my wife played through the first trilogy of that game. Love it. Crash Bandicoot is one of my favorite characters. Historically, I would say Nathan Drake has to be in there as well. Tempted to throw Spyro in there because I am a big Spyro fan, but I'm going to not throw Spyro in there. So maybe we'll go Crash Bandicoot, Nathan Drake, Kratos, and I'm going to get hate for this. I'm still going to say Ellie.
Okay.
I know it's a divisive character. I don't care. Like, I think that is a character that has spanned multiple generations of the console.
Yeah.
Now, you could say it's because there's been a ton of remasters. I don't really care. But I think that is one of PlayStation's strongest characters. So I'm going to go with that for my 4. What about you?
Perfect. Fair. So this was really tough. I do not have Ellie on mine as much as I love The Last of Us. I just really went like long range. So the first one I have is Nathan Drake. I think Nathan Drake just solidified there. It might have been because the 10th anniversary just passed and I'm really like in an Uncharted mood again. Yeah. I'm about to play those games probably once again, which I shouldn't. I should get to my backlog, but whatever.
No.
Next I have Ratchet. I really wanted to only put at least one of them. It was either Ratchet Jack or Sly Cooper. And I just felt like since Ratchet is still around, that's the one that we need to do. Next up, I would have Kratos, and I'm actually going to say OG Kratos. So I think that just the iconic face. And then this last one was tough, but I'm between Crash Bandicoot or Sackboy. Now, I think I'm going to lean more Sackboy, mainly just because Crash Bandicoot is no longer just a PlayStation IP. And that's the thing that holds me from being like, yeah, let's put him on there.
No, that's totally fair, and I completely forgot about Ratchet. I would maybe have to lean towards actually taking Ellie off for Ratchet. Pretty much for the same reason that I had Ellie on there. It's just one of those like iconic characters that have spanned multiple generations of the PlayStation, so it like only makes sense to have that character on there. Plus, I love him, so that would probably be my 4.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, that was my icebreaker. Before I get to my second one, I'll let you throw yours first.
All right, so in the spirit of Halo coming over to PlayStation sometime this summer, it's rumored, I'm going to give you a list of characters from the PlayStation IP side of things.
Okay.
And I want you to stop me when I get to a character that is more iconic than the Master Chief.
That's going to be really tough. This is going to be tough. Okay. All right. Let's do it.
All right. Crash Bandicoot. No. Ratchet. Jin Sakai. Aloy.
Hell no.
Spyro.
No.
Ellie.
No.
Joel.
Can I pause it real quick? I have a question.
Okay.
Is this iconic to me or iconic in general? Because I'm like, or is it just my own, like, whatever description I want to use? Because I'm thinking everyone. Like, if I went on the street and showed a picture. Okay. All right. Keep going. It's not Joel. It's not Joel.
Okay. Nathan Drake.
No.
Kratos.
No.
That's it. So you're telling me that PlayStation has nothing that can top Master Chief?
No, I know. I think Kratos is the closest one, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I think Kratos is the closest one. Yeah, I mean, Kratos, that's the only one that's close for me. But I just think of, like, iconic. Like, I think, like, if I go and show my dad a picture...
Yeah.
He may know what Kratos looks like, but he's not going to tell me what game that's from. If I show him Master Chief, he's never played Halo in his life by means. Yeah. He'll know what it is, though. Just because. So
well, I think I could do the same thing with pretty much anyone that I know. So I would say, like, in my opinion, I agree with you completely. None of those characters would top the Master Chief. I also think that Master Chief is probably, like, number one, or, like, he is on the, in my opinion, the all-time gaming Mount Rushmore, like any IP.
Yeah. In terms of iconic, like, I think that Mount Rushmore would be Mario.
Yeah.
Master Chief, probably Sonic. And then, I mean, what would the fourth one be? Probably Crash Bandicoot. I mean, Crash is probably up there.
I don't even know. Honestly,
that fourth spot's up for...
Does PlayStation even have, like, an IP that would be on that all-time Mount Rushmore?
Maybe. Let's play one more God of War, and I think you could probably argue Kratos. Yeah, I think so. And I'll say this: if Uncharted was still kicking games out, probably Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
I mean that would be the obvious one. So, okay, you ready for my icebreaker? Because you're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me for this. Okay. All right. So with the release of you'll see. With the release of Marvel's Punisher: One Last Kill. Other than Insomniac, which PlayStation studio would you love to see take on a Punisher and Daredevil co-op game that's open world? in New York City.
PlayStation Studio.
Yes.
Ooh.
And it doesn't. You don't necessarily have to play it in co-op, but we'll just, for the sake of things,
Sure.
it's kind of the same dynamic of how like Miles and Spider-Man works. You can switch from Punisher to Daredevil.
Sure. Okay. A PlayStation Studio, not Insomniac Games. That makes it a lot more difficult.
I know, man. I had to do it for you just because I knew you'd pick Insomniac.
Yeah, I'd probably choose Sucker Punch, honestly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I had a different one in mind, but okay,
Really?
why Sucker Punch? Yeah.
I think, first off, I think that they could nail the vibes of New York. I think they're pretty decent enough with traversal as well. So I think that they come up with some really creative traversal mechanics for both of those characters, and
their graphics would be cool too. They probably do a unique style.
Dude, I could envision like more of like a even more vibrant and neon, and grimy New York City, and I could definitely see them doing pretty well. I'm trying to think of who else. Like
I have one.
Your pick.
I have
okay.
one. Ben Studios.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah, the tone of Days Gone meets Punisher and Daredevil. That's what I want. I think that would be cool.
Plus, it's like, what
That'd be
else
cool
are they
to me.
doing?
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I love that, man. All right, well, let's jump into the news topics, man. So, first off, the big one is GTA 6. I don't know if you saw this. Apparently, the pre-orders are coming next week, which is the week that we are releasing this. So, there's a chance that after we are releasing this, GTA 6 has gone up for pre-order, or something has gone up for it. I know we're both very excited for the game. The big leak for this, though, is that they are sticking to the normal pricing of $70 for the normal edition, which I think is cool. Happy to see they're keeping that. But apparently they'll have two other editions, a digital deluxe, which allows you to play it earlier, as well as a big premium collector's edition that will only have, sadly, a digital edition in it and no physical copy. Hate that. Hate it. But I will just say I will probably...
This.
Yeah, man. I don't get it. Why are we doing this? It'll probably have a steelbook too.
That's what makes it worse. That's the offensive part, honestly. It is just the
every
fact
time
that they always give you like, here's this empty case for you, and here's your little piece of paper.
You know what game did it weird? Callisto Protocol. I bought the collector's edition for that just because I like the statue. And when I went to go pick up my copy from GameStop, the way that they were handing out was they would hand you the box, right?
Yeah.
And it has the game in it. And I took it home, got all excited, did an unboxing, and I opened the game. There's no disc in the steelbook. And I'm like, what? So then I go back, and the guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm also supposed to hand you a copy of the game. So they were like I think they were boosting their numbers of what you were paying. Like, so it's technically yeah. So, but that's how it was. I didn't have to pay anything different, but
crazy.
Yeah. GTA, here we are, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe it. If I'm being honest with you, I just don't feel like anything's real on this game until I actually have it in hand, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I kind of feel that way with like all modern games these days. It's
Yeah.
just like I halfway expect everything to get delayed, but GTA especially. But it seems like things are progressing pretty well for the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be excited to play it. It's so hard for me to like focus on GTA because there's so many good things coming out right now, and I feel almost a little bit overwhelmed because I have things that I have backlog stuff, and then I also have things that are like about to come out in the next couple weeks, and I just don't know how I'm going to get to all of this. But some will have to take priority over the other.
Yeah, I almost bought Saros this week. Yeah, and I just... My debate was I literally looked and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to play it. And that sucks to say. Because our next news topic is the game only sold 300K in copies, which is sad to say.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is just the economy that we're in right now. I just don't think people are buying games as much. Saros looks awesome. I think it will turn a sale once it's on sale. But the backlog is insane right now. Like that's my thing. Like I just literally looked at it and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to beat Saros before 007. And I know I'm playing 007 day one. Yeah. So it's like, I can't make that work. What do you think about Saros kind of underperforming? Did you see it coming? Are you a little surprised? I'm surprised by the 300K. I think that's kind of insane to me.
That's a very low number. It feels like. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say because I'm not really into Returnal, and I can't really judge based on like the quality of the game in any way. But I do know that we are hitting a season right now. We have like some big AAA games coming in terms of like we have the Lego Batman game coming out, which there's a lot of hype around that. And
yeah,
there's 007.
I might actually get that. And I was not excited for the Lego Batman game at all.
But the previews of it look so good.
It looks fantastic.
Good. Yeah, and like the actual Gotham City is just like so there's just so much to explore, and so that's one, like those are two games that I'm already like I want to play those. And
right. And those are massive games too.
For sure.
Like
and my like biggest worry about the Saros thing has more to do with like I hope this doesn't affect any future decision making on games being released this year from PlayStation, because I don't think it's I think if you have the right title, it can withstand whatever is around it or what the economy is going to be, you know. So like for example, something like Wolverine, I would not worry about that whatsoever because the economy isn't the greatest, or if
Wolverine's going to succeed.
Yeah, it's like it's going to be fine. So I hope that there aren't any delays just because they're spooked by the Saros numbers.
Yeah, same. I think the only reason I could see Wolverine being delayed, and this would be a good thing, is if Insomniac really needed more time. If they genuinely wanted more time.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I wouldn't be shook if Sony was like, feel free to. Because I think Spider-Man 2 probably could have been needed. I think Spider-Man 2, as much as I love the game, probably needed a delay. It seems like they had cut out some things that I wish were in the game, and then sometimes photo mode I don't think was for day one, right? I could be wrong on that. There was weird features that weren't. New Game Plus wasn't day one. Plus. That was the thing. And I was kind of like, really?
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah. It's very odd for Insomniac to not launch with stuff like that.
Yeah. So,
and then obviously,
I don't know.
I feel like it was going to come a lot sooner after release, and then the hack happened and it just delayed everything further. So
that was terrible.
But yeah,
that was terrible. Well, here we are, man. Lots of games coming out. Lego Batman. I'm happy you mentioned that because I can't believe I'm. Do you know why I'm not though? There's a reason I have not been, because I was so disappointed in the Star Wars Lego game.
Really, the Skywalker Saga one?
Yeah, I was heavily disappointed in it. I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it was fun. But they made it like the end-all, be-all Lego Star Wars game. Yeah. And I played it, and I said...
It was a little overhyped, so I'll say that.
Yeah.
I got it on sale.
I felt like some of the other ones. Oh, see, good for you.
I got it on sale, and I was just like... And I really took my time playing that. It was one of those like, I need something to do.
Yeah.
And I played it, so I didn't have like a lot of anticipation for it. So I definitely get your disappointment. This one looks different to me.
100%.
The combat looks incredible, and I just love that you can explore pretty much every bit of that map, and I think it's going to be cool, man.
My friend hates Lego games, and he pre-ordered it just for the combat alone because he loves the Arkham games.
Dude. So, I hate Legos in general.
Oh, see,
I'm that guy.
Same.
I'm that guy.
No, dude. I went through a phase where I built one nice Lego set, and I was like, I want all of them. And when I was still living with my parents, I bought so many, thinking like, dude, when we move out, like I'll have all this damn room. I'm gonna build all these Legos. And then I tried building one set, and I was like, nah. This is too tough. Yeah. So I still have. I sold most of the boxes to pay for other things that I wanted to collect and medical bills for my son. But I ended up just keeping like 6 sets that I was like, oh, he might like these.
Yeah.
Which was like a Spider-Man one, a Star Wars ship one, and then a couple Avatar with the blue aliens. I thought, why not? You don't see them too often. So.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Last news topic we have. Uncharted 4 turns 10 years old. I can't believe it's 10. That, like, when that came out, I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 turns 10? That blew my mind for me. How are you feeling about this, man? Like, I played it day one and loved it. Yeah. And you loved it, too.
Yeah, absolutely. It is bizarre. Like, I think about even the fact that, like, I don't know. We're just getting old, I guess. Like, time is flying. 10 years is insane. A decade is what we're looking at. I mean, we're almost a decade for Spider-Man as well. I don't know what's going on with time, but it is sad that there hasn't been anything really since, like, anything.
Yeah, did you play the Chloe Fraser thing afterwards? I can't remember.
I didn't.
Oh, Lost, dude, that was really good.
Yeah,
that was really very good. I said, there's your franchise right there.
Yeah,
continue it
just
with
like your
Chloe.
spin-off.
Chloe's awesome. Yeah. Nope. I get it. They're protective. I get it. Yeah. But come on, man. Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool things for Uncharted 4, and even someone just posted like a whole thing about the original version of the game from Amy Hennig, who was the original main person for the first 3. So I haven't gotten to watch that video yet, but I highly recommend people do, because it seems like there's a lot of interesting tidbits to that I genuinely want to tune in for that. I have a question for you. I actually have 2 before we move into our main topic. Do you own the first 3?
No, I don't.
Okay, we might have to change that. That. Okay, and then last but not least, where are you at in Claire Expedition 33?
I'm not far at all, dude. Last time we spoke, you were like, oh, there's a part where you get to it, like it's open world or whatever. I have gotten to that part, and I've come to like different types of enemies.
Who's in your party right now? Who's in your party?
It's just the 2. Is it Lune? Or Loon?
Yeah, Luna.
Yeah, Luna.
Okay, let me tell you right now. You have not gotten to what I was talking about.
Oh, I haven't.
That is not what I was talking about.
It is so tough, dude, because like some of the... Okay, there's like the first big boss. I can't remember.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, when you just have to face him as you two. Yeah.
Yeah. That, the first time I played it was killing me, like over and over and over and over again, and then eventually I just turned it off, and then I did not play for like another week. My first time playing back, defeated it with ease. I was just like, maybe I just needed a little bit of a break, but
sometimes
I don't know
happens,
if I told you, when I first started playing it, I just downloaded the 2-hour trial, so I actually hadn't bought it yet.
Okay.
And it wasn't until a few days ago, or about a week ago now, I think, I actually bought the physical copy.
You love that. We love our physical copies.
I like our physical copy. There is no digital paper sleeve inside. So, and I don't know if I told you this either, but like I had like my original PS5 and I sold that and I bought the Slim, but it was digital, and I did not ever upgrade to the disc drive yet. So I just did that as well.
It's pretty easy to do. It was pretty easy to do. Yeah,
for sure. So that's where I'm at now. Like I can dive back into the games that I own physically too. But so far, I am enjoying this. My birthday is on Monday. I'm gonna get a little extra time to game because I don't really like to do anything for my birthday other than just chill. So
I feel that same.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
I love that, man. Well, happy early birthday. I know this will be posted beforehand, so happy belated, happy early, all sorts of things like that. No, man, I get that for the birthday celebrations. It's funny, my wife for Valentine's Day gave me like a bunch of like coupons, and like one of them was like game an hour for free. But then she gave me one that was free. Pick whatever you want. And I straight up told her, I wrote on there, I was like, play GTA 6 for 2 weeks without being bothered. And I was like,
hours per day.
12 hours per day, headache, migraines. I was like, I'll go buy you food. Like, I'll go buy us takeout, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm in the office. Yeah, I'm not doing screenings. I'm not, unless it's like Avengers Doomsday, Doom 3, something crazy like that. Yeah. I'm not leaving the house. Awesome, I told my manager that too. I said GTA, and you know what's crazy? Her birthday's the day after it comes out. So I told her that day's yours.
That's crazy.
That day's yours. That's totally fine. But
yeah,
man. All right, main topic time. Top 3 PlayStation IPs that need movies or shows. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is actually a lot harder than I anticipated because some stuff is in development. Yeah, some stuff's in development, and I know we kind of talked about this. So it is fair if one of us wanted to say God of War, because that's just being a TV show. So if we wanted that to be a movie, it's okay for us to say that. Same thing with Last of Us, that's already happened. Ratchet and Clank had a movie. I don't want to count that, so you can say that too if you'd like. And then there's some things that are getting things or maybe have had a movie before. So if you don't mind, I will start. I actually have 2 honorable mentions. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have none, so this is perfect.
Okay.
And I only have 3 total, so.
Oh, sweet. So my honorable mentions, and the reason they're honorable mentions is because there has been iterations of this movie or it's in production, and I just don't believe that production is going to happen. So first off, we have Uncharted. I hated the movie. I hated it with my whole heart. I hated everything about it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I legitimately forgot about that movie. Okay.
Do you want to know what's funny?
Theaters to see it.
Yeah, same. My friend lied to me to go to the press screening. He told me, "Oh, I love the video games." He'd never played a single one of the video games. He just wanted to see the movie. So we went and saw the movie. I'm like, "Oh, what do you think?" He goes, "Dude, I loved it. It was so fun." And I'm like, "Did you play the game?" I don't believe it. He goes, "Nah, I never played it. I just wanted to see the movie." So I ended up, when we drove back, he had to drop me off. I ran and got my Uncharted. I was like, "Go home, play this game."
Yeah.
He played the first 2 in that week, and he texted me. He's like, "All right, yeah, I guess you're right. The movie's kind of disappointing, like compared to this." So, it was cool getting that. So that's my number one, because I want an actual Uncharted game. Give me an actual Uncharted movie, please. Yeah, or just a better one that Tom Holland deserves better. I'm sorry, that movie was not it. Last up, Bloodborne. I know this was just announced. I know they're doing an animated version of this, but there's no script. There's no director. There's a producer, and then I don't know Jack too much. I know he's a huge Bloodborne fan, but I'm sorry. I don't believe this movie's happening. I do not believe it's happening until a writer and a director is involved. And I'll also put it this way. A good writer and director. Don't get me wrong. I'm so happy Markiplier got Iron Lung created and all that stuff. I think that's so awesome. I didn't really like the movie. Thought it was fine.
Okay.
Thought it was okay. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I think it was really cool what he did. It worries me that Bloodborne is not going to be successful, especially with just the way Sony has treated some of their movies, like Uncharted. So prove me wrong, but yeah, I don't see Bloodborne working in a movie sphere. But yeah. Do you want to start with your number 3 then, man?
Yeah, I could do that. Let's see. Which one do I want to... Okay, so we'll start with this. I also I didn't come up with actors or anything, but I gave a few ideas and directors and stuff like that. So I like The Last of Us show. It's fine. I especially like the first season.
First season's amazing. Second season.
Yeah, I don't think I even finished the second season, to be honest, but I felt like the pacing on both seasons weren't my favorite in general, just because I guess I'm just so used to the game or whatever it may be. But I'm gonna say I think I would love to see The Last of Us as films.
It's supposed to happen. So, it was originally supposed to happen, man.
That's what I would like to see happen. I think that the first one will be the first game, and I think I would like to see the second film be an Abby focused film. So there would be a trilogy. There'd be Ellie and Joel's story, and then the second one would be Abby's story, and then the third one would be the actual second game story. Yeah, that's what I would like to see, and that's kind of how I would have liked to seen it played out in the games too. Even though I like The Last of Us too. However, I actually came up with a director writer potentially for this.
Okay,
and I would love to see Taylor Sheridan do this. I feel like he's got the vibes. I mean, he's done Yellowstone. He's written so many incredible things, but one of my favorite things that he worked on was Hell or High Water. I feel like he's very good at writing very complex characters, which I think that Joel and Ellie and Abby and pretty much all of Naughty Dog's characters are super complex characters. Yep. I feel like he fits that kind of rustic Western vibe for sure. I don't have anyone that I would cast in the roles or anything like that, but I think that these games would work better as films, in my opinion.
Interesting. So I disagree with you, but I will say that I was disappointed in season 2 as a whole.
Really?
And I know people actually working on season 3, and I will put something right here. I am very nervous for season 3. Very. Not because of changes. Nervous? I think they're going to screw it up, in my opinion. But from what I've heard, I don't think season 2 put them in the best place. But that's a great pick, man. I do want to actually share, though, there was supposed to be a Last of Us movie for people who didn't know, and Sam Raimi was going to be the main producer of it. He was helping get Neil Druckmann through it, everything, and then it just ended up falling apart because the studios wanted it to be Resident Evil action big, and it's not what it was.
Nah, these are human stories in a zombie world.
Exactly. But fun fact, guys, Caitlin Dever, who plays Abby, was supposed to play Ellie back in the day. So I love that.
I could see that for sure. Who's the one that everyone fan casted that was in
Game of Thrones?
Civil War?
The girl, she was just in Beef season 2.
Everyone was all over her for Ellie.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
Kaylee Spaney. She was great in Alien
yeah.
Romulus as well. She was fantastic. Great actress. All right. Well, my number 3, no shock here. Got super excited about this when we talked about this game last week. Resistance. I know most people will probably say Killzone. That would be cool. But I just think Resistance works. And I'm going to pitch you guys this. I know who I want to direct this movie. This should be one of his final movies in his entire career. The guy wanted to direct a Call of Duty movie. Paramount said no. So did Activision. That's Steven Spielberg. Let him direct a Resistance. You have the mix of the sci-fi-ness that he loves to do. We have Disclosure Day coming out. And we also have his love for, I know people who have seen it. I've heard it's fantastic. I'll just leave it there. I just think he is the perfect director to do this. And I feel like he would do it. I genuinely think if Sony was like full control, do whatever, I don't need it to match the games. I don't even need Nathan Hale in the movie if they want. I just want to see Chimera and World War II action in this. So imagine like a D-Day opening with the Chimera. Yeah, I'm all for that. The other director I did have, which I don't think would do it, but I think he would be a good director, would be Denis Villeneuve.
God, yeah, dude.
Like, I've heard about the opening of Dune Part 3, and it's apparently like a huge action set piece, like the biggest thing he's ever done, and like, I just picture this too. So, yeah, give me a Resistance.
I totally agree with you. Like, Denis, I feel like, unfortunately, he's going to be done after... he's gonna be done with
James Bond,
section.
so.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's.
Oh, you didn't.
I feel like.
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that. I feel like I may have like
James
heard
Bond
like
next.
that as a rumor. I didn't know that was like locked in. So that's
locked
really cool.
in. Yeah.
It's so interesting to see how he came from like very indie style, or just very.
Enemy, Prisoners.
Enemy's like my all-time favorite freaking movie. So like.
Thank you, dude. Enemy's so great. Brilliant movie.
But, it'd be tough to see him. Steven Spielberg, correct me if I'm wrong, did he have some sort of involvement with like at one point in time a Halo project, or was like a producer on like a Halo thing at one point in time?
Yes.
Or maybe
okay. I think he actually produced the show, if I'm being honest with you. I think he actually was a producer. I think he ended up being a producer on the show. Yeah, but from my understanding, I think it was him and Peter Jackson were producers on I feel like they were producers on the Halo movie they were trying to get made, and Neil Blomkamp was supposed to direct it, didn't work, and then they just went off and made District 9 instead. Yeah. Also great movie.
Yeah. So I could definitely see like Steven Spielberg still having that drive and passion to do something like that.
Exactly.
That's a great pick. I definitely appreciate that pick, and of course we've been like gushing over Resistance lately, so I've been like in a Resistance state of mind. So
guys, please tag Insomniac. Please tag Insomniac and just say remaster it, remake it, tell Sony to do it. I don't care.
Yeah, get it out there for sure.
We need it. Your number 2, man.
My number 2. This is where like I was really sold on the Taylor Sheridan in Last of Us. Everything else that I came up with, I was like, trying to like come up with something, but I went for a Horizon TV show, not movie.
I love that.
I feel like Horizon is just such a very like complex and like very dense world that it would need plenty of time to world build throughout a series as opposed to a
Game
film.
of Thrones level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Game of Thrones is one of the most dense TV shows ever made. I feel like, honestly, like Horizon would be close to that because there's just so much there. My pick was Alex Garland. I feel like he has that kind of like sci-fi futurism vibe. If you've seen, is it Ex Machina that he worked on? Yeah, so like I feel like he would do very well with that. And I think he's written on 28 Weeks Later, or
He's done all the 28s except 28 Weeks Later. That's the only one he didn't write.
Yeah.
So
that's just where I am with that. I feel like it's just a better idea to do that for a show than a movie. Do you like the Horizon series? I'm not even sure if I've asked you that.
Yeah, I love them. I love them, but I will say this. The second I beat the story, I'm done. They're so long and they're so dense that like I love the story. It's one of those games, though, that I will explore a little bit, but I've never been grasped to join the world, like go hunting. I just do the story because I really like Aloy as a character, and I really like what they built. Like the second game, oh my god, I need to still play the add-on, Burning Shores. I still need to play that. Either. I heard it's incredible. So, but yeah, I really like Horizon. I think what you made was great. I think Netflix may have the rights right now for it.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't really like them having it. I think HBO or Prime would probably be the better picks just in terms of style and look.
Yeah.
But no, man, I think you're in the right mindset for that. And I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see where it goes. All right. My number 2, Days Gone. I love zombies. I also like biker stuff. So, which hence why I love Daryl and The Walking Dead, and hence why I probably need to watch Sons of Anarchy. And I think the obvious thing and obvious choice is to have the Sons of Anarchy creator, Kurt Sutter, something like that.
Yeah.
I think he should do Days Gone as a show.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I think the Days Gone world was big enough where most people would be like, oh, just do a movie. No, that world was huge. Did you end up beating that game? I can't remember if we talked about this or not.
Yeah.
So that game surprised me because I picked up that game day one because I was supporting any PlayStation first day because I could afford it.
Sure.
I didn't have a ton of bills, still living at home. I could literally buy whatever. It did not matter. And I remember picking up that game and being like, why were the reviews terrible? Yeah, it's a little generic. So what? And I got to a point in the game where you get past that tunnel and it opens up a whole other area. And I said, I don't believe reviewers beat this game. I do not believe that because it opened up so... And once you get to that part, which is a little bit far into the story, I felt like the game just went from like an 8 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. Like immediately. Like that skyrocket of a jump. And for a while, it became one of those games that I would just jump into and go have fun. So I was very excited. My wife even enjoys the game, so it was like cool to like have her like kind of just she's not great at it, but she enjoys it. So yeah, I think this is kind of the right pick for it. I would just cast a Sam Witwer as a Deacon John. Yeah, I just cast him because he literally looks like him and he played him already. So that would be my pick.
And you did say it was a show.
I do it as a show. I wouldn't do it as a movie.
With that, yeah, too. I mean,
I think movie is like big concept. Yeah. I felt like Days Gone you could touch on more.
I'm a huge fan of SOA, Sons of Anarchy, so I definitely like that pick. And obviously, I'm right there with you in terms of Days Gone. Like, I do not understand the reviews for it. I try to respect everyone's reviews for it, but it's just so interesting to see the reviews versus the fan response. And it feels like there's been a wave of support behind that game. And I wonder if there was a lot of people that didn't necessarily play that game when it first came out because the reviews weren't the best. And then they later, when it came on sale or years passed by, and they're like, actually, this is pretty good. Why didn't I play this?
I think that's how most people were.
Yeah. And it's like built up this like strong support behind that game. And a lot of people really want a sequel for Days Gone. So... I feel like
I think they should. I think there are games that Sony has made where I'm like, why is there not a sequel? There is clearly a hunger for some of these games, and you're not capitalizing. Like a Days Gone sequel, I'm sorry, I think would do excellent now because Days Gone is built
too.
Yeah, and to give a shout out to another PlayStation IP, which I don't know if you ever played. The first game, way too short, but this should have been the Gears of War for Sony, and that's the Order 1886. Like, that game was fantastic. It was just way too short. It was way too short. And, like, that's one of those that, like, the love was there, guys. Sony, the love was there. I just need you to make it, you know?
Yeah, just listen to the fans, man. But, unfortunately, it's a business.
Yeah, I
gotta go where the money is,
Exactly, sadly.
So, are we on number 3 already?
We're on our last one, yeah.
Let's go. Okay, mine is super generic now, okay? I already know that there is a film being made for this. It's one of my all-time favorite PlayStation games now. It's Ghost of Tsushima. However, there is a film being made for Ghost of Tsushima. I would love a Ghost of Yotei TV show.
Okay. I think that would work.
This is literally no originality at all, but I would have Justin Marks work on it. If you haven't seen the Shogun,
I need to
very
watch it.
similar vibes. Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen Shogun?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it is a dense show. I will say that. Me and my wife went through it. We enjoyed it so much, and I was like, God, this is why we need something for Ghost. At the time, I was like, we need something for Ghost of Tsushima. But now that I've played Ghost of Yotei, I actually really think that would work very well. I would love to see Atsu's story on the small screen or whatever it may be. So, I am all for that. Again, the Shogun, so freaking good. Highly recommend it, and if you watch it, you'll understand why Justin Marks would be my pick to be the showrunner for a Ghost of Yotei show.
Perfect. Well, it's funny because my number one's a Sucker Punch game too. It's Infamous.
Dude, I literally was thinking about putting that on my list, even though I have not played any of those games. But I was like, I'm gonna leave this for Zach because I just know he's gonna do it.
You knew it. This was always my number one. And I don't care which character they did. I do prefer a movie for this. If they wanted to do a show, I would say you could do both. Do a show, but in the vein of Star Wars Visions, where every episode is a different animation and a different character or super in the world. Because the last one introduced quite a few different ones, and I think it would be really cool to follow some of them, maybe in like 3-episode arcs. But I think a movie works. I think a movie is just fabulous for this. Obviously, there's like a lot of repetition in the games because it's an open world, but like this is kind of the most obvious movie for PlayStation to make. And I don't get why they have not made it. And I think it's kind of blasphemy that they haven't, because it's superheroes. At one point in time, that was the biggest moneymaker. Now I'll say I don't know if Infamous would succeed in theaters just because of some of the fatigue with it. But I think there is people wanting something different.
Yeah.
Infamous could be that. I think people kind of like the grittiness of it, especially if you get like a pretty fairly good director involved to maybe do something different. Like I would love, and hear me out, like the style of this. And I don't think this director would ever do this movie. I never in a million years would this director do this movie. But for some reason, I feel like his style would match. And I'm thinking mostly because of one of his films, but it's Robert Eggers, who did The Northman.
Wow, yeah.
I just feel that grit, that weirdness that he could cook could just bring something really unique to Infamous. He'd also be really good for Resistance, just saying. Just putting it out there. I guess Resistance probably should have been my last one. But yeah, Infamous just seems like the most obvious one. Director, like I said, Robert Eggers would be pretty perfect. I don't really have a casting because I don't know who you would cast. But yeah, those are my top three, man. I think PlayStation has too many IPs that just go to waste, in my opinion. So here we are.
There's
once
just
again.
so much room to expand the worlds of these amazing worlds that they've already built. You know, like I love the idea of like, you know how Star Wars is kind of connected through different sorts of mediums.
Yeah.
I feel like the same could be done for some of these PlayStation IPs, but or just like even take the world that's already built. It doesn't have to be like a retread of the story or the characters, but just take a world and then tell something different within this world, i.e. The Last of Us. Show us a different story within that world. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just take the basis idea of it.
Yeah.
And just go with it. Like Infamous, like you could literally make a new character in there. I'd be fine. Just call it Infamous. Like I would totally be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Or imagine like let's say with The Last of Us, what if they had done a show that wasn't about Ellie and Joel, but it was about Sam and what the frick is his name?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Something like that, you know. I feel like there's definitely opportunity for stuff like that to happen, but that's just us being fanboys.
Yeah.
Or me being a fanboy.
But then, like, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe next week or the next episode, we should talk about Last of Us Season 2 and what we want for Last of Us Season 3. Because, I mean, on retrospect, like, I'm very disappointed in Season 2. Like, I enjoyed it while I was watching it, and then I sat on it, and I was like, man, I was disappointed. Because that's my favorite game of all time, is Last of Us Part 2. That's my favorite video. That's my favorite video game of all time. 1 and 2 are my favorites. If you had to make me pick, I'd probably pick 2.
That's such a good perspective. That I'm so glad you said that, because so many people hate that game and then they just hate watch the show. And I'm just like, okay, like your opinion is pretty much invalid at that point in time.
Yeah.
Where like my best friend actually Last of Us 2 is his favorite show, and he couldn't get through the second season. I really like The Last of Us 2. I was actually kind of like mid on it when it first came out, and then I warmed up to it over time. Yeah, so like I could do a whole thing on that, but like when that first came out, I was like, oh, I don't really know if I like this, and then it just like now, like okay, I see it. Like
have I told you my story with The Last of Us 2?
I don't think so.
So before we get to the community questions, we'll talk about this real quick. It was my most anticipated game, just because the first game was my favorite game of that time, and I picked it up. So GameStop was no longer doing midnight releases where I was at, so I was like, I cannot wait until the morning. I bought a digital copy that morning, so I could literally because I had the collector's edition pre-order, so I was like, I'm not waiting. I don't care. I'm just gonna do this, and I bought it and played it. From my time, it premiered at 10 p.m. because that's like East Coast time, I guess, when it came out. I did not stop playing until I beat it.
That is crazy, dude.
I didn't even go get. I stopped for like an hour to go get my collector's edition, and then I came back and I just continued again. It was the most, and I had been spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, I'd already been spoiled, but it was the most depressing that I'd ever been.
Bro, absolutely.
But I loved
like. Yeah, that is a lot to take in emotionally in that short of like a period of time. Like that is crazy.
Dude, I was so into it. And I beat it within that same like first 12, 16, 17. I was just going. I was like, I gotta beat this game. It is one of the only games that the second I beat it, I redid it all over again.
That's crazy.
And I definitely took it a little bit slower the next time through because I wanted the platinum at that time around. But I loved it. And The Last of Us has become a game series that I go back to once a year.
Yeah, so, I'm right there with you. That is a once a year play for me. Especially the first one. I feel like the first one is pretty like short if you know what you're doing. Like you can get through it quickly.
What was it? I used to just run through, like do fun challenges like don't get hit. So I did one playthrough where I didn't die at all on Grounded. On the first game.
Dude.
And it was really hard to do. But I beat it in like 4 hours. Like I just ran. Like I learned where to just go where I did not have to fight at all. So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. All right, man, throw it out. What viewer questions we got?
All right, I hope you are excited to answer some Wolverine questions because that's pretty much every single question that we got. So
perfect.
The first one, this is actually a really debated topic. Do you think that Wolverine will be open world or will be a linear experience?
Ooh, that's a great one. I think it's linear. I don't think I think it's linear, but to a certain degree. I think there will be open linear levels.
Yep.
But I do not think it's open world.
I agree.
At all.
I feel like
I think it's more like Ratchet and Clank. It's
like, oh, we're going to take you to this part of the world, and this little section of here is going to be pretty open for you to explore. And then, like, you know, obviously, it might start off in Madripoor, and then might take you to Canada or something like that. And then that little area will be, like, more of an open world-ish. But, yeah,
Can I ask
do not see
a question, then, with this? And maybe you know, because you're so invested in it, and maybe I don't know. Is there another playable character in the game?
Oh yeah,
or do you think there is? Do you think there is?
I think so. There should be
like a Venom sequence, like where you like it switches you to like one level. Yeah, and that's it.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, we already know that there's other X-Men in the game, like Mystique. Yeah. So that would be pretty cool. I don't really know where her interest lies in the game, like because she is kind of like a flip-flopper, where you know she's very self-serving, and I don't know how if she's trying to help out Logan or anything like that. But yeah, in terms of the game, I absolutely don't know anything contrary to like popular belief. And I like to try to keep it that way because I just like a fresh experience. But I hope there is at least one other playable character, whether it be a mission or something like that. So hopefully Spider-Man. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. When it comes to leaks and like wanting information on things, games, I want like nothing. I don't want to know anything about the story when it comes down to games. But movies, it's like different. Like I know a little bit more about Doomsday. I know a little bit more about Doomsday than I probably should. Yeah, and it doesn't bother me because part of it is like I don't know if I believe it, and then I sit in the theater and I'm like, oh no, yeah, I heard about this. Okay, yeah, and I get like excited about it. I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah.
All right, another one. What suits do you want to see? And I'll mostly throw this to you, Zach. I'll throw mine in at the end. But what suits do you want to see from Marvel's Wolverine PS5?
I definitely think X-23 is like the obvious one that I like want super bad. But I think, to be honest with you, I want the black leather from the OG 2000. I think it would be cool. I think it'd be a nice throwback.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I am like, I think one of them has to be the Weapon X suit. I definitely see that. I would love to see some sort of like, I don't know, cell shading suits. You know, that kind of give that like comic book
cool
style vibe as well. So those are ones that I would love to see. And then I would love to see just like an all black suit, like Weapon X.
Oh, that would be sick.
So stuff like that. But yeah, those are pretty much the only. I mean, like, pretty much a lot of people ask us the same question: what suits do you want to see? Like, yeah.
Maybe
people are excited
week,
for the game.
Next week, I will ask the question.
Yeah,
to people too. So I'll ask all my things.
Everyone knows me as the Marvel guy, so they're like, we got to ask a Wolverine question. So
yeah. No, I love that. Well, with that said, man, that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Beyond the Play. Please make sure to follow, rate, comment, subscribe, all sorts of things. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I mean, wherever you want it to be. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Keenan, what you got coming up on your channel?
Yeah, dude, I am expecting a PlayStation State of Play within the next week or two, which will be good for us as well. But I will definitely be covering Marvel's Wolverine because that is coming any day now, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to be all about right now.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, my name is Zach, Mando and Grogu. If you're watching this right now, my review is up. So please go watch it. I appreciate it. I saw the first 25 minutes before this, and it was pretty cool. So I'm excited for the rest of the movie. But thank you guys so much again for watching this. And, of course, until next time, keep playing games, especially PlayStation 1.